Hi, this is James Gardner, the CineTechGeek, and I've got a nice little present for you today, something to save you time and money. This tool is a free tool that I make available that will basically take care or back up your KDM requirements for your location. Now, KDMs are a bit of a bane because you really have to make sure you've got them on the right screen at the right time to make everything place correctly. And a lot of people have TMSs to do this, and they do a very good job. But this tool is designed to either, potentially take over that TMS task because it might be more beneficial to you the way that it runs, or back your TMS task up in terms of this solution is very much a set and forget, and it only really comes to your attention when there's something that needs your attention and may result in a dark screen. So let's go through exactly how it works and how it can save you time, and specifically as these tools make sure everything gets ingested on time, and also warns you well ahead of time if there's an issue, that you never get into a position where you're running to try and save a screen from failing because, for example, a KDM was incorrectly sent or didn't come in time, or all those sort of little issues that can really bite you. So let's have a look. Now, this tool is based on a free tool that I make available called Catcher, and it does a lot more than this, but we're just focusing on these two little aspects of it today. It does a lot of other things like LMS and automatic logging and other bits and pieces, but we're just looking at the KDM side of this tool today. Now, when you get this tool, so we're going to AutoKDM here. Now, just to have a quick look, you've got a quick manual on how it works. Configuring the system, I'll go through these in longer videos at a later date. Today I just want to show you how it works. You've got the sources of the emails. Now, this is a very important aspect, a big upgrade to the software. I've been using this software for at least 3 or 4 years. I haven't ingested a KDM for 3 or 4 years because of the software, but I've updated it recently to ensure that it actually can work in conjunction with your own email. The traditional one, you needed to dedicate an email to it and it would monitor that for all the KDMs, but this version will obviously do that, but you could also point it at your own personal email and it'll only ingest or only look at emails that come to you which have KDMs in them and mark them as read. So you know that, for example, if an email comes in and it's a KDM email and it looks like it's been read, most likely that's because this system has actually downloaded it, ingested it and pushed it into all the to the players. But it's still recommended that you actually dedicate an email to it so you've got a backup as well. So another reason, if something goes wrong, you can set up one of these services again and you can point it at an email, suck all the KDMs you've had for the last couple of years, and it'll go through and try and ingest everything if you've got some sort of emergency or something to that effect. So it's very handy. Obviously, when KDMs come in, they get listed here. You can query or have a look at all of them, and this is some test data. So I've ingested some KDMs which are in the past, so it won't ingest them because it says I'm not going to ingest a KDM that's already complete or already out of date. But if we go to have a look at a real site, as you can see, the system is picking up these KDMs for these screens based on, I'm not going to show you right now, on the sources, which are some live email accounts. Usually I use Google, but you can use anything that just supports IMAP. And when you click on a KDM, the nice part is that you can also force it to re-ingest all the KDMs in a server that may have been failed and you need to put all the KDMs back in it. But you can have a look at exactly what a KDM does, and nicely you can actually have a look at any KDM, the source of it, all the way down to the KDM source, to try and, if you're an engineer trying to figure out why something's not working, you've got access to every bit of data to show you where to go. And specifically, you want to be able to say, I've got a KDM for a particular film, for a particular screen, and you can know exactly what screen that it targeted, etc., and figure out why, for example, it may not have ingested. And if there is an issue, then you've also got all the contact information that will come with the email that is also stored as part of that KDM ingest, to make it very easily to find, if there is a problem, to find the problem and then to find who you have to contact to fix that problem. So that's what it does. It does this all in the background, so you really are sort of using this tool when a problem occurs and you need to address it. But this allows you to address it as quickly and as effectively as possible. Now going on from there, I'll go into the emails that it sends and all the information eventually. Actually, we'll do that now. So if you're using the KDM tool, obviously it's going to email you every time, or you can get it to email you every time a KDM gets ingested on a particular machine, or that will generate a hell of a lot of emails. Maybe you just want to say, okay, I don't want to do that. I just want you to send you a nightly report that tells you every KDM, where it's ingested, and potentially who it was ingested for, etc., based on other information. And that gives you like a log of how it's going in the emails as well, so you know things are going through and you know stuff's happening. So that's there. So, but if we go back into this tool here, and then we can have a look at KDM Alerts. Now, this is a very important tool. This has saved me so much time. I can't be more. The amount of time it saves is astounding. So what this tool does is it will log into your SMSs, it will download your schedules, and then based on those schedules, if those schedules point to a CPO which is encrypted, it'll then try and find out if the system has a KDM to play that schedule with that bit of content in it at that particular time. If it doesn't, it comes back with a red mark. So you can see here everything is green. It emails you every night, but if I go to the day before, where I had some KDMs which hadn't arrived yet for the next period because they were on holds, you can see here that these items don't have KDM, so they've come back red. And also these items here, they don't have they're empty because they actually haven't been ingested yet, so it doesn't know what to do. But at the end of the day, it's come back and it'll email me. If I go to my emails here, you can see that it's emailing me that information. It's the same as that was coming before, and in the emails it's got red or green markers indicating that it's seen a problem, and you should have a look at why that problem's been caused. In this situation, I kind of expect it to happen every period, because they actually don't send me the KDMs in advance for it to cover the number of days that this scans. So you can set this to scan as many days as you want. I typically just set it to scan for 3 days. I also get it to typically send an email to a front of office, who only really knows if there's a problem with something that may be playing the day that it is sent. So I'd say next 1 day, send to the people at the front desk that this automatically, to warn them there may be a problem with a show playing and that they may need to have a quick follow-up as well. It's really trying to inform people way in advance that a KDM is missing. How long do you spend, or how long does your staff maybe spend trying to figure out if a KDM is required for any particular film for the next period? Because KDMs can start and end all over the place. You really need a computer to work that out, and this does it all for you, and it's totally automatic, and you don't touch anything. You just get emails every day telling you, oh, looks like a KDM is missing, and a distributor may have forgot to send it, which is, as you know, happens a lot more than we'd like, more than we'd like it to happen. So anyway, and as such, you've got all these emails coming in, and you really just need to scan them at the start of the day, make sure there's no red marks, and then you can go off and do what you need to do and not have to spend or waste time chasing any of that stuff up. So yes, so that's what the tool does. It's basically designed to be a set and forget tool. It can work. You can use it over the top. You can use it instead of a TMS's functionality, but or as a backup for your TMS's functional functions. Other people use it, for example, have a larger chain, and they may have a cloud system, which basically is just backing up everyone as a backup system to make sure all the KDMs for all the screens and everything are sorted in a database. You can quickly search and find if anything goes wrong in a centralized manner. It really depends on how you want to run your cinema. It's just a very nice little tool that saves a lot of time. So anyway, you know, if you're interested in it, there'll be a link in the description below of how to run this tool, and you could potentially get your support engineers or whoever you're working with as an integrator to just install it on a server, and off you go. And the instructions on doing that are all in the installation documentation, but you do need to be a little bit of an IT person to run this, as you will have to be an IT person to run any sort of TMS level type software, and I would consider this at that sort of similar level. Luckily though, this will basically run on any computer, unlike a lot of TMSs which are very specific to hardware. This will run on anything. So yeah, anyway, that's James Gardner, the CineTechGeek. I really hope you enjoy this software and it can save you some time and specifically some money in these difficult times as we move forward at this particular time in the theatrical cinema industry. Bye for now.